Hi, Sadie. Oh, hey, folks. Matthew John here, former candidate for United States Senate from here in the great state of Connecticut. I'm here posting my first video blog, vlog, as I join the CSTC network. This should be what will be first in a long series, hopefully, on politics. Right now, here in Connecticut, the biggest race is for the junior United States Senate seats. After both primaries were done, we have United States Representative Chris Murphy for the Democrats, and once again, former World Wrestling Entertainment and loser from the last Senate election, Linda McMahon. I make no lies or excuses. I am a Democrat. I, however, do not 100% blindly follow the party line. I believe in personal responsibility. A perfect example is the recent issues over Connecticut school reform, where our Democratic governor, Dan Malloy, basically put the blame on teachers. Politicians today, on both sides, are afraid to say to parents, take some goddamn responsibility for your own child's education. How about that? Well, I say it, and I don't give a shit whose feelings I hurt. This blog is not going to be politically correct. This series is not going to be politically correct. If it offends you, well, you know what? I'm offended that you get offended by words. So whatever. But that's not what this video is about. This video is going to be the first, and it's going to be about Linda McMahon. I don't believe in polls. I believe in people. Polling 500 people out of 1 million voters is not very scientific, in my opinion. Having said that, the media today here in Connecticut is reporting that Linda has a slight edge over Chris Murphy. I don't particularly believe it. It's not possible. But more so, it saddens me that people actually have any faith in Linda McMahon at all. And I'm going to tell you why today. Besides the fact that Chris Murphy is a nicer, kinder person than both Linda McMahon and myself, these opinions and facts I'm about to tell you are mine. And mine, well, I know hundreds of people who share them. You know, the poor and the middle class. First, let's discuss Linda's plan. I don't care what kind of calculator you put on your stupid fucking website. Her plan benefits her more than any single person that's poor or middle class. She could possibly gain $7 million due to her plan. Secondly, and I said this during the Democratic primary, words are hard sometimes, and I said it about Susan Bysiewicz. She's touting this plan. Susan Bysiewicz touted a Wall Street plan. Running around saying, look, I have a plan to change things, is stupid as fuck. Do any of you think, and think, a freshman United States Senator has any chance of getting their plan passed as they present it to you, the voting public? Think, people, think. No. Having a plan is a gimmick to fool you into thinking that they're the better candidate. You get down there, you make some consensus, then you get work done. You don't go down there with a plan. I got a plan. We have to pass it. No, that's not how things are done. Plans mean nothing. Now, let's get into some women's issues. This is really, really good. We have to start, though, by letting everyone that sees this across the nation, maybe across the globe, about why Linda McMahon was appointed to the State Board of Education. No experience. One state representative even went so far as to say she lacked depth of knowledge regarding education, unquote. She lacked depth of knowledge regarding education. But hey, let's put her on the Board of Education. Okay, well, I guess. You know, it works, whatever works, I guess, here in Connecticut for a Republican governor that appointed her. Then I also have to point out that her company, WWE, went from TV 14 to PG in 2008. They claim it was to attract new viewers, more viewers. But any free-thinking person can combine these two events and see she was getting ready to run for public office. Now, knowing those two things, we have to remember how the WWE, and this is a direct quote, the WWE has featured some of the most brutal, violent, and hateful depictions of women in all of media culture over the past 20 years. Linda McMahon, however, will claim that WWE is just a soap opera. Well, it's a soap opera that depicts violence against women and portrays them as sexual objects, forcing them to undress and having 70-year-old women give birth to rubber hands. Don't believe me? Google Mae Young, who I do love, by the way. But to really understand how or what her company thinks of women, we need only look at their Hall of Fame. The WWE inducted a convicted rapist into their Hall of Fame. Yes, Mike Tyson, a convicted rapist. And he's hardly even been on WWE TV. Twice, maybe, pay-per-views. I don't even remember. There is no way that Linda McMahon could not have put her foot down and said, well, maybe our Hall of fucking Fame doesn't need a goddamn convicted rapist in it. Seriously, what message does inducting a convicted rapist into your Hall of Fame send to not only children and women, but to men? Well, you know, I'm a convicted rapist. I'll get in the Hall of Fame someday. No, that's a Hall of Shame. Linda McMahon, you could have done something about that. There's no way anyway you couldn't have done anything about it. And you can't deny that. As if you don't have Vince's ear. Hey, you know, rape someone. We'll put you in the WWE Hall of Fame. Good job. Oh my God, we haven't even gotten to the tip-off memo yet, and I'm already pissed. Do we want a person in office who tips off doctors and about criminal investigations that they're involved in? And here's what happened, and you can Google it. During the WWE steroids trial, prosecutors revealed a 1989 memo that Linda McMahon wrote to the company's vice president, Pat Patterson. The memo directed Patterson to fire the doctor, and then it also instructed Pat Patterson to inform him of eminent legal charges, charging him with steroid distribution. And this is a direct quote. Although you and I discussed before about continuing to have Zahorian at our events as the doctor on call, I think now that it is not a good idea. Vince agreed. See, this goes back to the Hall of Fame rape thing. Vince doesn't have her ear, though, right? She doesn't have Vince's ear, though. Vince agreed and would like for you to call Zahorian and to tell him not to come to any more of our events and to also clue him in on any action that the Justice Department is thinking of taking. Linda McMahon, memo dated December 1989. This alone proves that she's sneaky and untrustworthy. See, Linda McMahon has tried to distance herself from the WWE. Yet she runs around bragging about being a job creator, which, if you speak to some of the employees, that is less than honest. See, some new court ruling with the Wildlife Foundation has cost people hours and will likely cost them their jobs. But the major point is, you can't distance yourself from your product and then brag about being a job creator. It makes you a hypocrite. You made $30 million in 2010 and $24 million in 2011. You spent $50 million on the last election. You've already spent over $11 million of your own money, and you go around saying, oh, well, you know, I created jobs using that money. Bullshit. You created temporary jobs. What are those people doing now? Oh, they're probably working for this campaign. I'd like to know what's going to happen afterwards. So, you'd think you could create a few more jobs, you know, I don't know, $24 million a year. Most people I know make $24,000 a year. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But because you're fucking greedy, you evidently need $24 million a year. So, another thing I wanted to touch on was one of their employees during her reign, I guess you'd call it, Michael P.S. Hayes. He was suspended for using the term nigger. And yes, I'm saying it because I want you to understand exactly what their employee did and said. There ain't no way around it. He said it. He was suspended for it. Any other employer would have fired their employee, but not the WWE. Not when Linda McMahon is CEO. No. So this guy uses this language reportedly in earshot of 2 African-American employees, one of them being Mark Henry, a former United States Olympic athlete. That's a fact. Any other employee would have been fired at any other job, but not at WWE. Nope. So you got convicted rapist, racist. I don't know. You know, I don't know what else to give you. You know, what else you need. I'm ready to close this because I'm so frustrated with, you know, it's not that she produces or produced a soap opera. Her life is a soap opera. I don't want the drama in Washington. Do you? I think not. So what we've established in this short video is that Linda McMahon is less than honest. She's sneaky, condones violence against women, is sneaky, condones racism, is sneaky, thinks rapists deserve to be in a Hall of Fame, is sneaky, and well is a hypocrite. I will tell you this, and please believe me, people who spend tens of millions of dollars of their own money to win elections for the same office twice are not doing it to represent you. They're doing it for the power and the prestige to be in office. She does not care about you. All you women in her videos and everything like that, she's got you fooled. I've met her once a couple of years ago when she was running last time. She's not a nice person. She's not somebody you can go next door with and have coffee. Don't forget, she's an actress. She's been on TV acting. Remember, she's part of that soap opera. She's giving you what she thinks you want. But it's not real. She doesn't care about anybody but her family. And making $24 to $30 million a year. You know what? Don't vote for Linda McMahon. Vote for Chris Murphy. Or vote for anybody. But don't vote for Linda McMahon. Alright? Making a huge mistake. I'm serious. I mean, how could you just... This is the Incorrect Political Junkie signing off. Our next video is going to be about Mitt Romney a little bit about Obama, and why Fox News viewers are fucking morons. Enjoy the rest of your day. I have to recycle some trash.